Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Anto. So, originally I was talking about how my gear was left behind at my girlfriend's place because we were going to be recording a tier list for all the Kitkats that I got from Japan. And I had gone through it, I looked at all the footage, and I ran it by her, and she didn't feel comfortable going through with posting the video, so I had to scrap it. But I have all the Kitkats here. I have pretty much my list for all the Kitkats that I had purchased. And I'm going to say right here, right now, I am not eating them again. Not that they're bad. A majority of them are pretty decent. But eating all those Kitkats in one sitting messed with my stomach. So I'll present to you the ones that I have, explain what I experienced upon tasting them, smelling them, all that stuff, and then give my rating from like S all the way to F in a typical tier list fashion. So, without further ado, why don't we start off with the ones that we originally did, which I don't have on me right now, which were the original American Kit Kat flavors that we have, right? Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, and then we had a mint dark chocolate cameo appearance coming in. And we pretty much agreed that they weren't really that good. I personally ranked regular Kit Kats at a C. It for some reason it doesn't call back to me like in my childhood upon eating Kit Kats, like for Halloween and all that. The taste of it was reminiscent, but something isn't right with the chocolate itself. I'm not personally a fan of milk chocolate. I'm more of a dark chocolate kind of person, but I didn't really enjoy the regular Kit Kats all that much. So regular Kit Kat goes straight to C. Dark chocolate Kit Kat, though I do like the dark chocolate Kit Kat more than regular Kit Kat. Dark chocolate isn't anything more substantial in terms of what is provided in terms of what Kit Kat can do. So dark chocolate, although it's better than milk chocolate in my opinion, other people's are probably different. Maybe some people don't like dark chocolate that much. I think it's slightly better than regular Kit Kats, but it still ranks at a C, so like a higher C at that point. And then the mint dark chocolate one wasn't really that good, in my opinion. My girlfriend seemed to have liked it a little bit more. She liked the mint flavor. I wanted a bit of a mix of the both. It smelled like mint chocolate chip ice cream, but I didn't really get any of the taste of the chocolate at all. Probably because some of some of the bars that I had was mostly mint over the chocolate. But I gave that one a D because for the price and the type of flavor that it's trying to provide, it doesn't sell it for me. This was just something to add because it looked cool to put onto the list. And I know there are other American flavors that are out there. I think I saw a birthday cake, but it wasn't a king size. And I'm being real with you. Once we got to number 3, in terms of the Kit Kats, I was already feeling it. It was already too much for me. So, yeah. Next was the not milk chocolate, white chocolate. Now, why white chocolate? Because white chocolate seems to be the base of a lot of the Japanese Kit Kat flavors, though dark chocolate is also some base for some of them too. But lo and behold, white chocolate seems to hold more favor in there. And surprisingly, the white chocolate, at least in the American version one here, was pretty bad. I don't know if it was the wafer. I don't know if the way how the white chocolate was made changed things, but white chocolate, in terms of what I had purchased here, was just not that good. So that's going straight to D as well. So already in terms of Kit Kat, we're not looking good. We have C, C, D, and D. Right? No Dungeons and Dragons, just straight D-tiered Kit Kats. But these are the American ones, right? Why? Because I want to use those as a basis to like see how they compare to the rest of the Kit Kats that we have here. Now, I have every single one of them, and I apologize for any background noises or any shaking because I don't want them to be totally in view, obscuring things. They're out of view. But first thing on the list, Tokyo Banana Kit Kats. Now, as you can see from the box, this is a dark chocolate based one. And the point of this one is to give you the dark chocolate flavor, but also some banana to it too. And as you can see, they come in like this. We still have plenty here, which is great. I liked it personally. Again, like I said, I like dark chocolate more than the milk chocolate or even white chocolate at some times. But the banana flavor, though you can smell it and you can kind of taste it, it didn't, in my opinion, really complement too well with the flavors of the dark chocolate. Yes, you can taste it, and that's the nice thing, and this is what I'm doing with my ranking, is can I taste exactly what is provided here? You can definitely taste it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is a good flavor combination. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, but this isn't something that I would probably go out of my way to get again. This is something novelty. This is something that, honestly, I purchased that box 10 minutes before I was flying back to the United States. I was going to use the restroom and I walked right past the 7-Eleven in the terminal and I was like, oh, okay, these are out. So I just bought it so I could add it to the list. But I think, judging by the flavors provided and how well they go together, I think Tokyo Banana Kitkats, in my opinion, are a C. It's higher than dark chocolate because it has more flavor combinations that we can extract from it, but I don't think it is something stellar. You can definitely buy it if you absolutely want to, and you may even like it yourself, but me personally, whenever the day comes I go back to Japan, I don't think I would purchase Tokyo Banana Kit Kats again. Next on the list is Hokkaido, Azuki, and Strawberry. So, Azuki, basically red bean. So, it's red bean and strawberry in this packet. So, you get to open up your box really nice. You get all those in there. They come in that pink color, as you can see. So, this is going to be a white chocolate base. When you open it up, the first thing that hits you is strawberry. And then you get hit with a secondary whiff of that earthiness that the red bean provides. But upon tasting it, it's mostly strawberry. That red bean is way in the back. You don't even notice it half the time, but that strawberry flavor is really strong. So if you're like really into strawberry as your flavor profile, you'll probably like this, but you may sense some earthiness to it in the back. Now, like I said, the red bean is not that strong. It's mainly stronger in the smell than it is in the taste. So does that affect the rating? In a way, yes, but this is still, in my opinion, better than the Tokyo Banana. So much so that I would rank this as a B. This is definitely something that you would probably enjoy. And if you are afraid of the red bean, then that's up to you if you want to pass on it or not. But in my opinion, from what I could taste, you don't really notice the red bean in the flavor. You mainly sense it in the smell of it. Now, granted, smell and taste go hand in hand, but on the tongue, it's mostly going to be strawberry that's overpowering it. Does that, again, because it's advertised as Azuki and strawberry, does that really affect it? I mean, if you are worried about it and you really want to have some red bean flavor, well, there are other options, thankfully. So I say that Azuki strawberry sits comfortably at B. It's a very tasty Kit Kat. The milk chocolate, which, by the way, all the Japanese Kit Kats that have a milk chocolate or white chocolate base, I'm sorry, I said milk chocolate earlier, I meant white chocolate. All the Kit Kats that use white chocolate as its base for the Japanese ones taste phenomenally better than white chocolate here in the United States. Now, and there are some where I tasted them, the Japanese ones in particular, where you don't really sense the flavor of them. It mostly is white chocolate, but it still tastes much better, much better than the white chocolate that's provided here. Either way, I digress. So, next on the list is Takatsudo Original Momiji Manju Flavor. So these are like little wheat cookies stuffed with essentially red bean paste, right? So, like I said earlier, if you really want to have that red bean flavor, this might be your closest bet. Now, this is going to taste a little bit more like white chocolate. The smell is going to be super earthy. You're going to really like get that like buckwheat, red bean scent to this, but you're going to taste right out the gate, it's going to be like white chocolate. However, the aftertaste is very earthy. Really reminds me of like a red bean paste that you would get in like a mochi or something like that. So I think this too also sits comfortably at a B. Why? Because the initial flavor is just the base chocolate. It's not what is 100% advertised that's on the box, but you still get that aftertaste in the end. So if you, oops, I apologize for bumping the microphone. I'm headphone warning. So if you think that the aftertaste is more important than the initial taste, or you're a long con kind of person, this might be for you. If you like red bean paste, this will probably be for you. But that's not it with the red bean. Oh no, there's more. And this is where things get different. Now we got Azuki sandwich. So how the heck do they get sandwich flavor, like red bean sandwiches in this box, right? So you could probably tell initially, this isn't a white chocolate base. This is a dark chocolate base. So you're going to taste a more bitter flavor to this. And my girlfriend seems to concur with that statement. She thought that the dark chocolate was a bit more bitter in this candy than it was in the regular dark chocolates or any of the other ones that we had that were dark chocolate based. But also, you couldn't really taste the red bean all that much. It was very muted. It was very pushed behind the dark chocolate flavor. And for me, I sort of agree. I do taste a bit of breadiness to this. Because of course it's a sandwich, but I agreed with her in the sense that this was way more muted in flavor. You couldn't even really smell it all that much. It was not to say a disappointment, but I expected at least what was on the box. Now, that doesn't go to mean that the flavors on the box are completely absent. They are there. It's just you have to do a bit more digging. Now, the overall taste of this, me personally, I like dark chocolate. I think it is a fairly decent candy, but unfortunately, that means it's going to have to sit somewhere right on the list. And I think this is probably going to be more of a C tier. If you like dark chocolate, you're gonna like it, but unfortunately, you may not be able to taste what's on the box. Now, granted, my taste buds might be messed up. I might have singed them, or maybe COVID messed it up or something like that, and this is supposed to taste like I'm eating a red bean sandwich. But unfortunately, I think the dark chocolate overpowers whatever flavors they're trying to express here. So now things are a little different. We're going to get to some interesting flavors here. Apple, or in this case, Shinshu Apple. Dark chocolate based. This one my girlfriend and I really liked. I can smell it. I can taste it. And though the dark chocolate is a bit powerful in this one too, it doesn't mute out the apple at all. You can smell that apple. You can taste that apple. It tastes like a chocolate dipped apple. And talking about it with my girlfriend, in comparison to the Tokyo banana, she thinks that the pairing of this one compared to Tokyo banana was much better in terms of the flavor. And I agree. So much so that I think we both agreed that this would comfortably sit at an A. A for apple. It's a great flavor. The flavor really comes out in smell and taste, and it goes really well with the dark chocolate. The dark chocolate, though bitter, does not overpower the flavor of the apple. Definitely worth getting the first A to appear on the list. I 100% recommend buying the Apple Kit Kat if you want. Now, like I said, things are a bit interesting, right? Again, I apologize for bumping into the microphone so much. Now we have Tokyo Shima Lemon. As you can tell from the box, this is another white chocolate. So we're back into the white chocolate. My girlfriend didn't really like this one. She thought that the lemon was a bit too powerful. And though I can agree, I think the sweetness that the white chocolate provides with this mellows it out a little bit. So initially when you take your first bite, it's like a punch to the face. You just get hit with a lemon, but it's not like super sour. You know, it's just strong lemon flavor, but then the sugars from all the white chocolate kick in, and then it mellows it out, and it has a nice flavor in the end. She didn't really like it too much. I think she put it more towards a C. This is where her and I differ. I liked the flavor more. I think that it was more of a B. This is definitely something that you'll probably like if you like citrusy, sour flavors with like a sugariness to it, or even like lemonade. But if you are sensitive to like citrusy flavors or sour flavors, this might not be it for you. Now, another one. We have strawberry cheesecake. And it comes in a special box, as you can see. It's in the shape of Mount Fuji, and it even says on the box right there, Mount Fuji. This is another one that sits pretty high on the list. Now, when we both had it, we could easily sense that strawberry flavor, though not as strong as the Azuki strawberry, still strong enough to where we could smell it and taste it, and then you can get that cheesiness in the end, like you are basically eating a strawberry cheesecake. The flavor was fantastic. The flavors and the scents were very reminiscent of what was advertised on the box. I could eat a whole box of those if I hadn't already had all those other Kit Kats that I mentioned prior, but I think the strawberry cheesecake sits comfortably at A tier. It is exactly what's advertised on the box, and the flavor that it provides is just absolutely delicious. Highly recommend getting it. I don't think it all comes in the Mount Fuji box. There are some that I believe come in the boxes that I had presented earlier. Regardless on what format it comes in, just get that box. It is absolutely to die for. Next on the unique flavors list, and in a unique box as well, we have Kitkat Sake. So Kitkat Sake is going to have some alcohol in it. I believe it says it has 0.4% alcohol. That's not enough for, anybody who is trying to get drunk off of this stuff. It has a very fragrant scent to it. If you are somebody who has had sake in the past, or somebody who regularly drinks sake or is an appreciator of it, you will immediately, upon opening up that bag, smell sake. It is punching your nose. But if you like sake, it's not going to be a bad thing. If you don't like sake, this might be something you want to pass, because even the flavor of the Kit Kat tastes like sake. And I like sake personally. I like unfiltered sakes, flavored sakes. So this one definitely hits all those notes. The white chocolate base goes really well with it. The scent and the taste of the sake blending in your mouth is just perfect. This, again, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here to keep my hands to myself. This sits comfortably at A. Highly recommend getting the sake. It is going to be more expensive compared to the other boxes. But I do recommend it if it's something that you're into. This one, though, this is a different box for sake. This is Ume Sake, so it's going to be plum-based, right? Again, same thing. This is going to have alcohol in it, 0.2%, so a little bit less. But the flavors that it provides is going to be absolutely crazy. The scent, the taste, Again, you're going to get punched with this. So if you don't like sake, you probably shouldn't get this one. If you do like sake, you will probably love this one more than the regular because of that plum. So much so that I personally ranked it as S. It is absolutely phenomenal. The flavors of the plum really come out. The alcohol, the light amounts of alcohol really emphasizes the flavors of that plum, and then the sugariness of the white chocolate mellows it all out. Delicious by all standards. So our first S tier, we have a couple A's. It looks like things are going up, right? Well, let's continue. Now we come to some bags. I want to do these bags because these were also there too before we go back into the boxes. Milk tea. Initially, upon first bite, it was something that I thought was a bit bitter. This is a white chocolate base. Both my girlfriend and I were like, But after a couple of seconds, holy crap. That is good. I 100% recommend that. In the original video, I exclaimed right out the gate as soon as all those flavors hit me, that's an S. 100%. I highly recommend getting that Kit Kat. My girlfriend might have disagreed a bit. I think she said that it was a really high A, like an A+, but she didn't seem to argue with me in terms of me absolutely loving it. If you love milk tea, like Thai milk teas or anything like that, you'll probably love this one. You will get that bitterness of the tea in the end, but you will probably love this Kit Kat for sure. S tier, highly recommend. Next on the list, we have Matcha and Chocolate. So sort of like the mint chocolate one, they have a Matcha and Chocolate. My girlfriend is not a fan of matcha. She hates it. So she ranked almost every single one of the matchas, excluding one or two of them, as F. I am a fan of matcha. I like the way it tastes. But in the sense of this one here, we both ate it and we're like, this is absolutely disgusting. I don't recommend this one to the point where I would actually avoid it if you can. The flavors of the dark chocolate mixed with the matcha do not go well together in this sense. They go well together in other cases like ice cream or whatever. But as a Kit Kat, no. The bitterness and the earthiness of the matcha, or the bitterness of the dark chocolate goes counter with the bitterness of the matcha. They do not work well together in this case. This is going to be the first F. Unfortunately, one of the Japanese candies is, in my opinion, everybody's opinion is different. In my opinion, one of the first Japanese candies, not that good, unfortunately. This is, avoid. But does it make up in this case? This is the last bag. This is the matcha, regular matcha in the bag for Kit Kats. Where does it rank? Again, like I said, my girlfriend doesn't like matcha that much. She ranked it as an F. So me personally, because I like matcha a bit more, it's there. I like it. I like the taste. I keep saying milk chocolate. If I ever say milk chocolate, just assume that it's white chocolate, okay? Because they don't have milk chocolate as one of their bases, at least of the ones that I bought. All right, it's either dark or white. Regardless, the white chocolate goes well with the matcha. It mellows out the bitterness of this one, especially now that the entire thing is matcha. It tastes like I'm having a matcha ice cream, but lighter in a way. So I don't think that it is the best flavor upon the list, and I think it sits comfortably at C. If you are a huge matcha fan, by all means get it. If you're okay with matcha, you're willing to pass. You can pass on this one. I have no hate against anybody who passes on this one. It is not the best. I'll give you that. However, this is where the list gets different. Now we're back in the boxes. Why? Because I want to go back up, right? We're riding the roller coaster. We started really low. We built our way up, and now we came down, and now we're going to come back up again, right? This is, and I'm not going to pronounce the first part of it, Uji Matcha. white chocolate based. So what's different about the box compared to the bag, right? It's a different type of matcha in this case. A lot more mellow. You get more of the white chocolate, but you still get a bit of that like earthy bitterness that matcha provides. My girlfriend actually liked this one, but I think she liked it because it mellowed out the matcha more than the other one. I liked it too. So much so that I think the flavors worked better in this case. Less matcha, more white chocolate, but it didn't kill the flavor of the matcha for me. So I think personally the Uji matcha ranks higher than the bagged matcha. So this will sit at a B for both me and my girlfriend. Then we come to this one. Again, I'm not going to pronounce the first word. Uji Hojicha. So it's going to be another green tea base. And this one was a lot more herbal. This one, you could really taste the tea in the background. The white chocolate, again, goes really well with it. It makes it taste creamy. And my girlfriend also agreed that this was a good one. I think it sits comfortably at B. She also thought so too. So now we come to our last one. You had to get it. You have to get it. Absolutely have to get it. However, the reason why I'm saying you absolutely have to get it is because of the novelty of wasabi as a Kit Kat. Does that mean that it is good? This is where the question comes in. If you like wasabi, you're going to like wasabi. If you don't like wasabi, you don't like wasabi. But what I can tell you is this. You will taste it. The white chocolate does mellow it out a bit, but you will taste it through the nose. Obviously, like if you eat a ball of wasabi and then you feel it coming out of your nose, the spice will kick in. My girlic, that's a foreshadowing. My girlfriend said that this tasted like garlic, and I can't blame her. It has that horseradishy wasabi taste to it, and it lingers. So, is this something worth buying? This is the question that you should be asking yourself. If you absolutely like the flavor that's provided in that, go ahead and get it. If you don't, the only reason why you should be buying this is to give it to somebody else, whether if it's as a gift or if you want to consider it a gag gift, or you just want to introduce somebody to a flavor of Kit Kat that here in America, nobody really is going to, assume that that's a flavor, right? Who's going, like, tea-based Kit Kats? Okay, cool. Sake? Okay, now we're getting into some different territory. Wasabi? Well, what the hell is that? Right? So, I think, depending on where you stand, this is either going to be a B or a D. Why? If you like the taste of wasabi, if you like the taste that this Kit Kat provides, then you're going to enjoy it, by all means. But if you don't, right, if you take that out of the equation and you just look at the Kit Kat taste itself, it's pretty potent. It's strong. It's going to hit you in the nose. It's not enough to where like if it's equivalent to eating an actual ball of wasabi. It's not going to kick your ass like that. But the flavor is there, and it is very different. It is not something that you're used to out of a candy, especially all the ones that I provided for you here. Apple, banana, tea, red bean, all that stuff. This is out of left field. So, based on that range, and I still wrestle with it to this day. I like it, but I don't think of it as a candy that I would go out of my way for. And the only reason why I like it is just because it's different. But does that mean that it is good? And I don't think it is. Personally, I think it's a D, but it's a D with a star, right? You put it like an asterisk there. Even though it's low ranked, it's still something that you should buy. Not for maybe yourself, but maybe for somebody else. Or maybe buy it for yourself so that way you can remember the times that you were in Japan, because when would you ever get wasabi Kit Kats? But that's all the Kit Kats that I have. stacked up right next to me. I think it was like 18 that we tried, and holy crap, did it mess our stomachs up. That's why I didn't eat them today. That's why I only showcased them to you, because I did not want to do that twice. Because let me tell you, man, eating all that candy was... Once we got to number 3, it was like, oh God. Once we finished it, we were like, thank God. But that's not all of them, right? This was like 18 different candies, right? And that's not even including the fact that most of the stuff that we had provided were from America. The white, dark mint, and the regular. So take 4 out of those... 4 out of the equation, we have 14 different Kit Kats. You know how many there are in Japan? There's like over 300 different flavors. I couldn't find them all. Not every Don Quixote in Japan carries every single flavor, but they carried a good amount, at least from the ones that I was able to get. And I hope, because my girlfriend is planning on going to Japan in April, that she'll go out and find other flavors that we did not have here. So let me know if you agree, if you disagree. I showcased finally all the Kit Kats that I had purchased. I'm sorry that I didn't get to eat them. We tried yesterday. She didn't like the video. I deleted it. And judging by how many Kit Kats that I had, it made me sick. And I did not want to do it again. So I at least showed you that we have all the boxes and all the Kit Kats in there. And I hope that this video provides some insight, at least from my perspective. Maybe you might agree or disagree. Again, comment down below. If you like content like this, like and subscribe to the video and to the channel. That's pretty much it from me. I'll see you guys next time. I'll catch all y'all later. Peace.